Hello, it's been a while since we did one of these videos. Let's do some Hobbit together and let's just have a chat, shall we? Hi everybody, I'm Wayne. So, as I've just mentioned, I want to have a chat while I'm working on the project that I'm making a video series about, the Slaves to Darkness. I wanted to get a little bit more work in on this because life has gotten in the way and it's pushing back my production schedule. Not that there needs to be a schedule, because one of the things about this channel, and certainly about my hobby experience and sharing it with you guys, is that I didn't want to subject myself to a very strict schedule of hobby, because then it becomes less like an actual hobby and more like a job. And that's not what this is at all. I don't want it to be that. So, what am I working on? Well, I'm working on my Slaves to Darkness. I'm just revising my test model. You won't be able to see that. I'll show you. I'll put it in post. But there were some parts of the model that I wasn't 100% happy with. So rather than just forging ahead with it, I thought I'm just going to change them around, do another test model and see if I prefer that more. And if I do, then I can fix all of the things that I've already done, but I'll be happier. It may take a little bit more time, but that's all right, isn't it? It's all part of the hobby journey. Now, I thought I might actually get these all finished before the new Soulblight products drop. So you've got that new army set coming out. We've got a whole range of new characters or new character sculpts, Vampire Lord on Steed and such. And I really want to get those done. And I've already got some terrain pieces to accompany my Soulblight. So we've got the Mausoleum and some other bits and pieces along with the new stuff that's coming out. But before I get those, I do want to make some progress on my Slaves to Darkness. Now, part of the reason I've kind of held off of getting these done is I wasn't 100%, like I say, on a few of the little details, most notably the bases. Now, I have a consistent basing theme throughout, but I've tried this particular style of basing before and I wasn't entirely sold. So rather than just trying to iterate on that slightly, I thought I'd try a couple of different things, incorporating that one facet that I really liked. Now that is an underlighting effect. I'll talk about this more in those upcoming videos. But for now, I'm gonna just talk about the trials and tribulations that I've been going through myself as I've been working on this. I'll put a little bit of footage showing me working on this over the top so you can see what I'm actually talking about. But I want to reduce the amount of OSL that is actually coming up onto the models. The reason I want to do that is I don't want to detract from the other colours that I've already put on the army. The reason being, I don't want the glow to read as the overarching colour of the army. And that's kind of what happened when I tried this previously. So I painted a full Flesh Eater Courts army, did the entire range, and I did this very strong basing theme of a magenta underglow, and the Flesh Eater Courts that I painted were all blue. So I had a cool colour contrasting with the hot colour coming up from underneath. And it was great if you had the model here. Unfortunately, that's not realistic, is it? Because when we're playing the game, the model is down here and quite far away. That meant that having this cool underlit effect and everything almost like highlight from underneath, or underlit as the case may be, meant that all of that detail was lost unless you were looking at it as a display piece. Now, I don't want to fall into that trap again of spending a lot of time painting something that nobody's going to see. And these are for gaming. They're not display pieces. They're going to be used on the tabletop. Now, with that in mind then, how can I get what I want, which is the similar sort of effect, without spending too much time on it, making it still look as it is in my head, but still reading as how I want it to read, if that makes sense? And this is one of the things with the hobby, isn't it? We can follow other people's paint schemes, we can follow the box art, and we can, I guess, follow YouTube tutorial for other creators, and you get something that somebody else has done and you're pretty happy with it. One of the things that I find really interesting about the hobby, and very, very enjoyable in fact, is confronting head on this sort of challenge, because I don't want to step away from it and do something else just because it's easier. This is what I want to do. This is how I want my army to look. And it is my army then. I can't be accused of copying anybody else. I'm getting 100% what I want out of it. And it's not just paint schemes, is it? One of the other projects I'm working on at the moment is my Sons of Bahamut. Bahamut? The Giants. I'm working on those. And the GW kit, the spearhead box of that with the 3 gargants in it, they're all the same sculpt. Yes, you can change them up, and there's a lot of additional bits inside of that kit to give them some diversity. There's slight changes in the rams, different heads, but functionally they're still all exactly the same, and you can tell they're the same. Even if you put the arms in the different poses, because the torso and the legs are all the same, there's just no diversity there. So I'm going pretty heavy on the conversions for those to try and make something a little bit more interesting. And I'm trying to make those fit in with the Mega Gargants that I've got. And it's been a difficult and long process, much like this. And it's that revisionistic approach to hobbying sometimes that makes it worthwhile, I think, for me. I don't know about you guys. Let me know down in the comments if you feel the same way, that sometimes it feels like you're not making any progress, but the progress that you are making is understanding how to tackle situations and tackle different problems so that in the future you can focus on other elements that you might not have been able to tackle in this project. And it's all about then that learning, isn't it? Doing something a little bit better each time you do it. And perhaps even being able to share that knowledge with other people. I suppose in the similar situation that I'm doing this with you, or talking to a friend about it so that they can kind of focus on something else, give them some ideas, and then they can iterate on my ideas, and we get something back, see some great art in the community, whatever it is. So what's the whole point in this video then? What am I actually trying to get through? What am I trying to achieve? Well, nothing, to be absolutely honest. And that's okay. I can make a video like this, which I think I was scared to do in the past. I felt I had to be doing something. I'd already mentioned that I was working on the Slaves to Darkness stuff, so I was putting myself under the pressure to get it done because I didn't want to disappoint anybody that has asked. And I also felt a little bit more accountable to myself that I hadn't worked on this for the past week because I just hadn't had time with life. So the point, I guess, in the video is learning that I don't have to do things just to make other people happy, but also that it's okay that I can make a video about the hobby, talking about the hobby, because that's what this channel is about. Yes, we are doing tutorials and we're tackling some bigger projects, but part of my hobby is making the videos about my hobby. Very meta, you know, but yeah. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, let me know down in the comments, and I will have the tutorial video for how to get these done in the near future. I do actually have a number of videos that I've completed end to end now, not just about the Slaves to Darkness. We've got the Stormreach portal one is finished now, just need to edit that together, so that'll be coming in the next few weeks. I've got a basic tutorial series of how I prepare my models and the basic techniques as well, so those are coming out of the independent videos and into their own little playlist that'll start coming as well. So I'm mixing up the type of content. I just want to get I want to get everything done and in place, so then I can start to make more videos like this, because I've really enjoyed having a chat. Right, I'm going to crack on. I hope you've enjoyed it, like I say, and I will see you next week, and hopefully we'll have the first video in this series done. Yeah. Have a good hobby week. I'll see you on the other side.